kind of related. We were breaking down the Charlie Kirk thing earlier. It came out today, I guess. I think the trial is going on, maybe, or pre-trial. But it came out that I guess the bullet fragments that were taken from Charlie's neck couldn't be linked to anything. They were so damaged that they couldn't. Now, of course, the headlines make it almost seem as though.
So glad you're getting this right.
Yeah. The headlines make it seem as though the fragments don't match the rifle that was used to kill Charlie. That's not the case. The fragments can't be matched to anything because they're fragments of a bullet and that they look at with a microscope. My whole thing was, like, I don't believe there's any conspiracy theory going on. I did a little bit of a deep dive earlier. It's this 30 caliber Mauser ammo, 140 grain cellular and Balat is what it looked like was shot at him, a full metal jacket. If the bullet that was shot is the same as the bullets that were in the clip, and it's like, that should have gone through him. Like, they say his neck stopped it, and unfortunately I watched the clip again just to be sure, and it hits him right here. It hits him right here, kind of off center, not in the middle of the throat, but maybe an inch and a half or 2 inches.
Something that seems easy to penetrate.
And it seems like it would miss the spine at that angle, at that downward angle, and right there, sort of on the side of the neck. Not on the side, but on the side quadrant of the neck. And I watched it hit him, and like, I just don't know how that bullet didn't go through. Like, it's hitting with 20. The bullets at 100 yards, the bullet's going like 2,300 feet per second at least, and it's carrying like 2,000 at least foot-pounds of energy are being delivered. A 44 Magnum with the most powerful rounds you can get is like 1,500 foot-pounds. So like, and a standard 44 Magnum is probably more like 750, 800 foot-pounds of energy being delivered to the target, and that's point blank. At 100 yards, this thing is almost doubling that, and it just didn't look like that when it hit him. That's the only thing that bothers me. I don't think there's a conspiracy or anything like that.
I think they got some of the details wrong. They're like, this screwdriver with his DNA on it is what he used to disassemble the rifle, and we found it on the roof. But he also used it to reassemble the rifle later. And I don't know whether he reassemble the rifle after he escaped, come back, plant the screwdriver, and then leave again. Is that what we're saying? So I think they got some detail wrong, but I don't think they got the shooter wrong.
Yeah, I think that them getting details wrong or weirdly like timed is definitely making it look bad though. Like the idea that you disassemble that rifle is a little weird to me. It's not like a modern rifle that pops apart. You know, you push this and slide this apart and it's apart. And when we put it back together, everything's going to line up just fine. Like you need a screwdriver to take that thing apart. Like it's an old piece of shit. It's from the 1800s. It's literally an antique. You know, it's
what a terrible choice of weaponry.
Yeah.
I mean, like, if my getaway car should be a Toyota Camry, right? Just like everyone else's. My murder weapon should be a very common, like, can't trace it to anyone in particular. To grab grandpa's like family heirloom and use that really limits who did this.
Yeah. The ultimate getaway car is like one of those kind of ugly champagne Corollas. Like just blends into everything else on the road. Too ugly to even notice. But like, I'm glad, Kyle, you explained it. I heard you mirroring this, Woody, that I've seen a lot of people getting wrong what's being reported and being like, they've got the bullet, it doesn't match, case closed, you know, confirmed 100%. And it's like, well, that's not really what they're saying.
Some of the headlines are misleading. The articles are not, but the headlines are kind of like, the bullet doesn't match the rifle. And it's like, no, the actual details are in the reporting. And some people on Reddit are getting excited about the idea of this guy getting off. Or I'm kind of inferring why they like this story, but that's my guess. And
the spot. All I have to draw upon is my like hunting, and like I've shot deer in the neck twice. Didn't hit their spine though, but in both instances I was using hollow point or ballistic tipped ammunition. That's when there's a little plastic tip on the end that's extra sharp. It goes through the air really nicely, but then you've got a hollow point behind it, so it expands and blows the fuck out of a deer. Both times it went through the neck at 100. One of them was almost point blank because as the deer was in air, that was awesome. But the other one was like 200 yards away. I shot him in the neck. And then one time I shot a deer in the spine and it went through his spine, you know, and clipped it in half. I don't know. It's just weird to me that bullet would be stopped by the spine to the point where it would not come out the back, would not penetrate through.
Yeah, I get it.
It seemed like they wanted to have it solved immediately, and then they just got locked into a sequence of events that isn't right.
Who knows? I mean, and or maybe the Israelis didn't like that he was, going against them, and they sent an assassin. And or maybe
Did you see the tweet about that?
I hear about that from lots of people all the time.
Yeah.
Okay, somebody a month before Charlie Kirk was killed, someone predicted almost exactly what you're saying and tweeted it. And I saw the tweet today, and it's like, oh damn, that is. But there's enough shit on Twitter. Someone's gonna say it.
Yeah, you can find any take online a million times.
I would, and like my stance on that, I want to be real clear. Like, I don't put it past Israel doing something that audacious, assassinating an American citizen who on as a false flag, essentially to prop up the movement that they would then inject themselves into, which is what Turning Point has become. They're heavily Israeli funded now. Like, I don't put that past Israel. I just don't let the facts bear it. Like I don't think anything about the story. We got so much video of this jabroni jumping off roofs and being goofy, and that rifle, and like there's a lot of stuff that just doesn't seem like Kennedy or like some sort of vast conspiracy involving Israel.
I've had thoughts about his murder. Now, let's just completely put away the idea that murder is wrong and they shouldn't have done it and it's terrible, et cetera, et cetera. But this is again, I'll condemn the murder. I want to be clear. I don't want Charlie Kirk dead.
Sure.
But if you just view it through a like red versus blue, at first I thought, man, this actually helps the Republicans, his murder. Like if you thought silencing him or murdering him or whatever was somehow good for your perspective, then you're wrong. It has taken him and made him a bigger voice than he ever was in life. Now that it's like a few months have passed, I feel like they kind of miss him. Turning Point USA without Charlie Kirk is just horseshit garbage. Everybody hates his wife now. Like, I don't see anything positive. I think even the Republicans are like, who is this fake lying cunt who just comes on here and like tells bullshit about her past? You know, the stuff about her not dating anyone for 5 years before Charlie Kirk, even though she's like on dating shows being her. Just like, what are you doing? What do you like? What? Her celebrating the merch sales at Charlie Kirk's funeral, like this stuff is a really bad look.
Dude, the funeral had pyrotechnics. Did you guys say more?
Yeah,
her fucking bedazzled outfits that she wears and stuff, like it is. She's been a bad representative for Turning Point USA, and forgetting about the morality of the whole thing because it's wrong to kill him. I think his loss is a loss for the red side.
Yeah, for sure. He was super impactful in his like campus groups and like one of the biggest voices for what he was doing. But you're right. The pyrotechnics and I know this was so many months ago, but like the fact that no one stood up and was like, this is basically like a funeral here. This really isn't
what's that?
The somber.
What's that? Is that an urn? Are we going to burn some incense? That would be really dignified. Oh, sparklers? Huh.
Oh,
they're
no,
sparklers.
Yeah.
Okay. What's the music of choice? Oh, rock. Oh, okay. So you're gonna kind of come out like Little Yachty, basically, like break it down in front of everybody real quick as sparklers go off. Why are we here again? I need a reminder. Is this Memorial Day? 4th of July? Birthday? No. Your husband's funeral.
Yeah.
Got it. Got it.
Not the tone you'd want.
There won't be cameras or anything or like other people here though, right? Oh, you're going to invite 1 million people and you're going to broadcast it on every channel in the world. Yeah, I can't be part of this.
Selling merch, putting up right? She's worth like $35 million. She does a GoFundMe off of it, off of her husband's death. Bitch, what are you doing?
It's a bad look all around. If that was our widow, we would all be like, fuck. Damn, that is not what I thought of when I imagined mourning. I thought that I didn't know you'd be making so many media appearances for one thing. But aside from that, like, and hey, I'm sure you've seen the Drewski stuff, the black comedian who does the white face. That dude's fucking talented. He is so
He's
funny.
really good at what he
does. Is so funny. Like my worst quality is that I'm a hypocrite, and I'm gonna let you know right now, I'm fine with whiteface. Actually, you know what? I like blackface too. I don't think blackface is that big of a deal. I think blackface becomes a problem when it's used to take jobs away from black people or to humiliate black people based on like racial stereotypes that are used against them. Like if you take a white person, you give him like a big wide nose or big lips or something, or put like one of those big African rings in his nose or like crazy bones in his mouth or something, and you blackface him. Or if you have him like as a stereotypical like violent thuggish criminal or something like that, that's all wrong. But God damn it, if Harley Morenstein did full blackface and did Shaq one year, that would be an homage. He's got his Lakers jersey on.
I made this argument like 5 years ago. I stood alone at the time.
Well, you were a trendsetter. So because we all love Robert Downey Jr. in Tropic Thunder. No one was mad about that.
That's so well done too. Like I bet if you showed that, I know that if you showed that to someone who didn't know who Robert Downey Jr. was, they would think that was just a black man. Like if you know context, showed them a clip from that movie, they would not like, okay, was there anything weird about that cast? No. Black guy was a little on the nose, but otherwise, pretty good stuff.
Yeah. I saw Matt McCusker, a comedian, talking about that, and he's like, yeah, dude, the first time I saw Tropic Thunder, I was maybe 25 minutes in, and I'm like, the ads really made a big deal out of Robert Downey Jr. When's he going to show up? Like, are you serious? It's really not that hard to tell.
Kirk Lazarus.
One of the first scenes that shows Kirk Lazarus with like his like so light they're almost white blue contact lenses in, and the like shock white blonde hair.
Yeah,
that's a great movie. Holds up. I haven't seen it in years, but that's one that's worthy of rewatching.